Shalom, shalom, Mishpachah, shalom, and welcome to another Friday Night Live. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Shalom, Kifa.
Shalom, shalom.
Can I be heard? Can we be heard? Can we be seen clearly, Mishpachah? Yes. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Well, tonight we have a good little topic we're going to talk about just to kind of stir up a conversation about what the agendas are out there when it comes to different conversations people may have, knowing right from wrong and what the truth stands for out there. Tonight we're going to talk about hate speech. But before we begin, we're going to open up with a word of prayer.
Dear Father, at this time we thank you for this day. We ask that you watch over us, watch over family, and give us the strength needed to continue each day. Bless our family, friends, and relatives, and the peace of Jerusalem, the whole house of Israel. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Well, I hope everyone is doing well this evening, wherever you are around the world. If you are at work, home, or school, or on the road, hopefully you can hear us well. Be safe on your travels if you're on the road. And wherever you are, just be safe while you're listening. As we can see, there's so many things going on in the world today when it comes to end times. We know that the world is against the truth in every form and shape. Tonight we're going to talk about hate speech. We're going to have a conversation on that, basically unmasking the deceptive tactics that they have on that. How they would say one thing out of their mouth and then turn around and allow other things to happen when it comes to saying words, dealing with people, denominations, families, and so forth. Because there's always an agenda that we can fully see, whether some of us are willing to accept it and whether some of us are actually experiencing it. So we're going to look at a couple things tonight on hate speech. So let's look at our first slides here. All right, the truth is the new hate speech. This is what is being pushed out there. You know, when you start talking about anything that's true, you know, it doesn't have to be religion, politics, doesn't matter what it is. But when you're starting to speak the truth to people, people tend to get a little antsy, a little offended. You know, they look at you sideways from the corner of your eyes like, come on, man, why you got to say that? Because with the truth comes judgment. And nobody likes to be judged. No one wants to be corrected. So when we look at it, the truth is the new hate speech. So speaking the truth, you automatically are classed as speaking hate. So in this class, we will expose the tactics used by our frenemies, and I have the word best friends, friendly neighbors, on how they create narratives to hide the truth behind the guise of hate speech. So you see the picture right here. You have a variety of religious backgrounds that they have. And of course, they put the children there because the children are the future. So when it comes to that, they're going to push the narrative of coming together as one, having the same cause. You can be diverse, but yet be unified. And there's so many different things that they would say that doesn't make sense when you come in together as one with different agendas. We will understand why this one word, hate, packs such a powerful punch and has so much controversy surrounding it. We will see how words are twisted and used to justify the thought process of the unrighteous and learn why they do what they do, say what they say, and think how they think. So when it comes to the English language, it's like, again, we've talked about it. It's very magical, very influential. It casts spells because the words is like having a spirit behind of it. When words go out, things happen. Because in your mind, things happen first as thoughts. First of all, we think of things. Then before we act it out, we speak it into existence. And then therefore we start acting out on it. And when it comes to how these words are twisted, they would say one thing out of their mouth to say, okay, we're not going to allow this to happen because this is considered, a prejudice or discriminatory towards a certain set of people. But then on the flip side, it's okay to call these set of people these names, classification, give them the low side of everything. First to be fired, last to be hired, and so forth. And you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So they would say, you can't say this, shh, but then it's okay to say this over here. And we'll see the hypocritical mindset that these people have as we go through tonight. All right, read that for me. Hate speech.
Hate speech is a legal term with varied meaning. It has no single consistent definition. It is defined by the Cambridge Dictionary as public speech that express hate or encourages violence towards a person or group based on something such as race, religion, sex, or sexual orientation.
So right away, it's already confusing. Let me go back a slide a minute. Remember we said we will see how words are twisted and used to justify the thought process of the unrighteous and learn why they do what they do, say what they say, and think how they think. So here in this definition from Cambridge Dictionary, they're saying that hate speech is a legal term with a variety of meanings. Now, does that make sense?
It does. It does to them. I mean, we're living in an age where we cannot define what a male or a female is, or we can't define what is right or what's wrong. It may be plain as day, but it becomes variable and a misquote or misunderstand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult just to have a conversation with someone these days.
Yeah, because it's like walking on eggshells when you're talking to certain people, when you're at your job. They always tell you don't talk about religion and politics because that would cause that that will hurt feelings and all kinds of different things like that. Which that's what the world is based off of, religion and politics, church and state. Everybody deals with that. But just not to offend people, they will try to blur the lines. Just like what we talk about when we had the whole gender bending thing that they were coming up with. They're trying to erase the original definitions of words.
Give it a couple of years.
And change the definitions to please the masses without offending certain groups. So again, it's a variety of meanings, they're saying. It has no single constant definition. So it's like all over the place. The meter's just going back and forth when you're trying to define it to have a foundation. In other words, it's called chaos. Because where there's order, you have a foundation you can stand on and say, hey, I'm standing on this, and I can literally make a decision or a choice because I know what I'm standing on. But when you have chaos, there's no foundation. Today you could be a boy, tomorrow you could be a girl.
Well, I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. And why I would say there's nothing wrong with that is because that's their preference. And that's their preference. And if that's what they want to do, there is nothing wrong with they wanted to do that. It's just like going to a restaurant and you picking out what you want to eat, you eat that. Let them do what they want to do. The consequences come to them. It's like arguing with someone about driving on the wrong side of the street. You want to drive on the wrong side of the street? Go ahead. I'll park.
Again, that is what the change is that we're seeing in today's society. Everything is trending towards no boundaries, no laws, no limitations. Anything goes. So obviously, like you said, it becomes the normality.
But where would that leave you as a person? And where would that leave everyone else?
And we will see as we get into it, because this is where the controversy comes in. So again, Cambridge Dictionary is saying as a hate speech is defined as public speech that expresses hate or encourages violence. So when it comes to, and I'm gonna say this as just out right front before we start the class, we never encourage any types of violence when it comes to teaching Torah. Torah is all about life. When it comes to learning the laws, keeping the laws, practicing the laws, statutes, and commandments, is all about expressing love to our Creator. And as we go through the lesson tonight, we're going to see the types of hates that are out there, and when we should and should not, and all these different things people tend to question. So again, continuing, according to their definition, hate speech is expressing hate, encourages violence towards a person or a group based on something such as race, religion, sex, or sexual orientation. And we're going to cover all of this. And if you notice, they're putting it that way for a particular reason, because again, the Creator has his will already set up in place versus the agenda of mankind. So no matter what you say, what you think, or how you present yourself as someone who loves the Most High, you were destined to be hated by those who hate truth. Read it again. No matter what you say, what you think, or how you present yourself as someone who loves the Most High. So if you claim to say, I love the Lord, I want to worship Elohim, Hamashiach, the Most High, is my Creator, and I want to love him with all my heart, soul, and mind, you were destined. That means that from before time, before you were even born, it was already set in stone that you will be hated by those who hate the truth. Okay? Genesis chapter 24 and verse 60.
And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands, of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them.
So this is a prophecy, Mishpachah, that has been established even before the nation was established. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister. So they welcome her into the family. Be thou mother of thousands of millions, because through the seed is where the establishment of the nation of Israel has been put forth. So you got Isaac here that is going to bring forth what? Jacob. And Jacob is going to bring forth the nation of Israel. So be thou a mother of thousands of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them. So I already tell you, people are going to hate us from the jump start. So I just want everyone to understand that this is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. This has been established from creation, okay? Wordplay and reverse psychology. When we see the word hate, we are taught to believe that they all mean the same thing. So when you hear the word hate, what comes to your mind?
The first two letters, ha.
Keeper said the first two letters, ha.
It's just something to laugh about, because we all are against something or the other, because no one's perfect, and we all have our own emotional ties to one thing or the other. We may like something that the other person don't like, so you can't hate the person because that's what they like. You just have to look the other way and let them do whatever they're doing.
So basically it's talking about a dislike because someone likes something else. You could take them like
to
emo.
work yourself up and have emotions bother you, it doesn't,
Mishpachah in the chat. You said the camera went off? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Camera went off. 1 second. Okay, let me check the, hold on, Mishpachah, let me check the. Camera just disappeared on me, okay. Okay, we're back. All right, you can see me now? Okay, I'm gonna play that video. One second, Rebbe, we'll play that video. Mishpachah in the chat, what do you think the definition of hate is to you, or your understanding to the meaning? I just want to see what comes to mind when you hear the word hate. Come on. Let's see. Anger, absolute disgust, fear, fake, strong dislike, okay. Jealousy, abhorrence. Okay, these are all good words because, automatically we take it as something to be, not good, or you discuss it to such a degree. All of these are correct. So when we see the word hate, we are taught to believe that they all mean the same thing. But what are the different meanings of the word hate, and when should we hate? This is the question. Before we go ahead, I'm gonna play this video here.
Shalom, family. Real quick, Brother Shay. Shalom, everybody. As you mentioned in the beginning, most people are being taught how wonderful the English language is, but the English language is a big mess, and the definitions always change. In our modern day and time, for example, they would say it's okay to hate the Nazi Germany and so forth, right?
Yep.
But as things change, that also is going to change too. The word gay was once meaning happy, but now it's something else. And if you use that word, that's called hate speech. In the books, when you go to any court, sodomy is on the books as being a crime. Today, if you say someone is a sodomite, that's hate speech. So they are always shifting things around, and one generation is going to fight to get the good grades in school and define the words and get everything correct in school in one generation, and then a few years down the line, that generation now has changed, or the new generation comes up and says, no, we're going to change the bar. Now, that word, the bar, is always, that's a legal term, and anyone who is in law would know what the bar really means. So legally speaking, these people are messing with law, and therefore, by messing with law, causing a whole lot of confusion. So in this video, we're going to see on a basic level the farce of the English language, that how something that is called okay to speak about today is crazy tomorrow. So anyway, go ahead and play that little clip, Brother Shay.
Yep. Fair use, fair use.
So this word is hour, which means this word is sour, which means this word is tower, tor. You don't see how. It's because it's like not the same. Like that's why.
Okay, yeah.
Here, how about this one? If we take this R and we make it a P, what's this word now?
It'd be soup.
As in chicken noodle soup? No, it's soup. You don't see how. It's because the P makes the OU oop. That's why. But now that you know that, let's say this P is an L. Now what's this word?
Soul.
No, it's soul. You don't see. Okay. Clearly, I'm not doing my job well enough. So this word is
Hour.
So there's a longer one that he goes into a lot of different words to show you how foolish the English word is, and how it's like it causes a person to go crazy because it changes. It's a combination of French, Latin, German, all types of different languages melt into one to create this language that we all have, that have so many different meanings, that the goalposts have been moved so many different times when it comes to the meanings of words. So we will all say that the word hate means to, have disgust, envy, abhor, all these different things that we say. So let's look and see what definitions that we can find and what the Bible talks about. So hate, there are two types of hate when dealing with this word, okay? There is a righteous hate and an unrighteous hate. And that's the simple term as it is. Righteous hate, unrighteous hate, okay? Righteous hate, read the definition for righteous hate for me.
Extreme dislike to anyone.
Turn the mic a little better. Okay.
Extreme dislike to anyone who practices evil, does any wicked thing, and breaks Torah.
So this is what the definition of righteous hate is. When you dislike, extreme dislike to anyone who practices evil, okay? Now, how do we classify that? We have to have what you call the Torah, or the standard that it's set, so you can know what's evil from what's not evil. Psalms 139, verse 22.
I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
So there is a hate that we can hate with perfect hatred, meaning, Mishpachah, that when you set a standard and someone is not following that standard, you can be upset with them. You can dislike them, because this is what you call perfect hatred. To say that you have a standard that's set, and the Most High has established this is exactly what we got to do. And when our people come around and start breaking those laws, statutes, and commandments, then we turn around and we look at it and be like, okay, they're not following, therefore we can separate ourselves. Because with hate, there's something called a separation that goes on. And we're going to get into that part shortly. Unrighteous hate.
Extreme dislike or disgust towards someone. Intense hostility and aversion, usually deriving from fear, anger, or sense of injury.
Because information is not clear, automatically you start making assumptions. And right away, you start to get defensive and you become hostile. And now it's like you're following the masses or the crowd or the agendas that may be, just because. Now, if you understand something, meaning you tend to spend time to relate to it, because to relate means you have to have a relationship. You have to be able to know something or someone. Then you can make a better decision to say, okay, you know what? This is something that I don't want to be a part of, or I understand where they're coming from and why they're saying things. So now you can make that better decision. Let's see what 1 John 3:15 says.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
So this is a different type of hate. This is a hate that we shouldn't be having within ourselves when it comes to our own brothers and sisters. Okay, dislike, an extreme dislike or disgust towards someone, intense hostility, where all you can see is red and you're ready for destruction. So there's two different types that we're talking about here, okay? So when you want to define the word hate, there is what you call righteous and unrighteous. God hates, but Jesus loves. This is what people love to push. It's crazy how to say God hates, but Jesus loves. As we all know, the world, or the heathens or disobedient Israelites that call themselves Christians, now love to say that there are two different gods of the Bible, or two different powers in the Bible, right? The Old Testament Elohim, who was mean, he's so mean. He doesn't he doesn't give you that grace, or all he want to do is just kill, and he's hated everyone, but he only loves Israel. That's the idea that they have of the so-called Old Testament God that they say, right? Then they say the New Testament Jesus is all about love. He comes in, and he's on the manger. He's still sucking on the breast of his mother, and he's forgiving everyone.
Delusional stuff. That's delusional stuff.
He don't know anyone, but he's forgiving everyone, and he's loving everyone.
But it's okay. If that's what people have in their mind, I learned to accept that.
And he came and he changed the ways and practices of the old one to love, to bring peace, and the inclusion of everyone. So this is the narrative that we deal with on a regular basis. People without understanding, they're quick to say that there are two gods, one of the old and one of the new. Does Elohim change? Malachi chapter 3, verses 6.
For I am Yahuwah, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Now that's clear. I am Yahuwah. I change not. This is Malachi that we see in the so-called Old Testament. And if they say that he doesn't change, and he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, right? Because that's what Yeshua came and says. He says, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Right.
How does change mean that you are, when it says I change not, means that you change? If I say I don't change, how do I change? That's crazy. Deuteronomy 7, verse 9.
Know therefore that the Elohim is Elohim, the faithful Elohim, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
So in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses is writing down here, and he's telling the children of Israel, know you that Yahuwah your Elohim, he is Elohim. He is who he say he is. He is faithful. What does the word faithful mean, Mishpachah? When somebody is faithful, what does that mean? Let me see in the chat, what does the word faithful mean? See who's thinking? Loyal. Okay, that's good. Give me one more. Dependable. I like that. Loyal and dependable. True. So that means that every time he puts his word out or he says something, it continues to say, which keepeth covenants and mercies with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. A generation is what? 40 years. The earth does not even, or I should say, the earth has not even seen 1,000 generations yet.
Yeah, but there is something kind of off with that also. If a generation is 40 years and man is allowed to live 3 scores and 10, something is...
Well, you see, when you look at it, say a father comes, by the time he's 40,
For adventure.
right, by the time he's 40, he has sons or a son. Son is in his 20s or whatever. The father grows up. By the time he's in his 60s, the son is in his 30s or whatnot. The next generation comes. So by the time you look at it, there's always a 40 gap period between generations, 80, 40, and so forth.
Middle age, basically.
Right. And then you go down.
Yeah.
So by the time the third generation comes up, that first generation is about to die off.
Right.
And that's just a cycle that we see.
Okay.
Okay, Rebbe wants me to play this one here. Let's look at this here. And then we'll read that other one. Let's see. Okay, let's see what this one says. Fair use again. Make it a little bit bigger.
Our next spelling bee contestant is Madison, your word is precocious.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Precocious. Little know-it-alls like you are annoyingly precocious.
Precocious. Precocious. Precocious.
That's correct. Lincoln, your word is woman.
Woman, can I have the country of origin, please?
I don't, probably England or Germany or something. Woman.
Can I have the definition, please?
Why don't you ask Judge 1 that question?
Can I have the definition of woman, please?
No.
Why not? I'm allowed to ask for definitions, right?
The thing is, a woman is a woman is
What she's trying to say is that each person gets to define for themselves what a woman is.
Complicated.
So can you define it?
Pressure's on.
No.
Why? I just want to know the definition of woman.
And that makes you a hateful little bigot, Lincoln.
I don't hate anybody.
How about we just use it in a sentence? Abortion is a woman's right.
If a woman makes an accusation, we should believe all women.
Joe Biden picked a woman as a running mate.
Ketanji Brown Jackson is the first black woman on the Supreme Court.
Hillary Clinton should have been the first woman president.
UPenn swimmer Leah Thomas is a woman.
I'm a woman.
I'm not a woman. Woman.
How can you use it in all those sentences if you don't know the definition?
Listen, you intolerant little bigot, just spell the word so we can get a girl up here to win this whole thing.
The definition of woman is woman. Woman! A woman! Woman! Are you happy?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a simple word. We all know what a woman is. Just spell woman.
Fair use.
Okay. Woman. W-O-M-A-N. Woman.
Wrong! It's got an X in it now for some reason. W-O-M-X-N. Now get out of here! Kenny, you're up next.
X doesn't make that sound.
That just shows you the change again of the English language, how things have changed. Our Elohim doesn't change. His words doesn't change. But the words of what people have that define things in life that we deal with on a regular basis changes. John 15:23.
He that hateth me hateth my Father also.
So when I read this, it automatically goes straight to the understanding that saying, look, if you hate me, you hate my Father. There's no difference between me and my Father. I come to do my Father's will. Everything that my Father stands for, I stand for. I'm on his mission. He has authorized me to do what I'm doing here on the behalf of a particular people. He that hateth me, so if you don't like Yeshua, then you don't like the God of the Old Testament or the Elohim that says, I change not. The one that keepeth covenants and mercy for 1,000 generations.
Well, I mean, everyone is given the opportunity for choice. You know, if you don't want to believe something, you don't have to be forced by anyone to believe it. Keep going until the end of the road reaches where it is. But just as Ecclesiastes 7 says, verse 7, that oppression maketh a wise man very, very angry. And it's because of things like that video where you can't define what a woman is. And there's so much complex issues with just a word to be defined. You know, it makes it more difficult dealing with it and also understanding it. But it's just another thing that you have to deal with.
So this just shows you again, we just saw that video. We see how words change. The English word again is messed up. But the Elohim of the creation of all mankind does not change. So since there is no change or difference, we shouldn't have an issue or problem with following the instructions given. Is that correct?
True.
Remember, being a Christian is different to practicing Christianity. Let's read it again. Being a Christian is different to practicing Christianity. Because what's the definition of Christian? Read that for me.
Christian means to follow Christ or a follower of Christ.
So if I'm following the Hamashiach,
but who came up with that definition?
well, this is a derogatory word given to the Israelites during the Roman Empire. And we see it recorded in the New Testament. They were calling Israelites Christians. Oh, you followers of the Hamashiach. That's basically what they were saying. In teasing and trying to, moralize them in such a way that you're making fun of, fun of them.
Yeah.
So this is where the term Christian comes from. I'm following the Messiah. So if I'm following the Messiah, everything that I'm following, I should be like in a military lockstep. If he goes to the left, I go to the left. If he goes to the right, I go to the right. But in Christianity, what they do is they give you the form. They say, this is what we're going to do. And they go opposite of what he's doing. If he's going left, they go right. If he go up, they go down.
My best solution to that is sitting down and relaxing with the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 was wise and 5 was foolish, and you just decide which one you want to be on. And that's the way I look at everything. To waste emotions and energy and the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun and losing sleep over somebody's actions is basically a waste of time. If they want to go down a muddy road, go ahead. Just don't call me. There's a thing called AAA, or there's
Why not?
different.
Call Big Brother
Don't
Kiefer.
call me. I don't have the time, energy, or strength. But I have to respect the wishes of those that are not interested, and just be there, but don't be upset about it. I mean, because it's not for everyone, and that's just how life is. There is no. It's just like you see the story of the yellow brick road.
Right, you follow it.
And the guy is the one behind the curtains. I can't see who's behind the curtains. But at the end of my life, I know Hebrews 9:27 says that there will be judgment. And there have been many calculated stories of people screaming, waking up after death, visions and different things. Hey, who knows? We just got to wait and see.
John 14, verse 15 and verse 21.
If,
That's a big word.
if ye love me, keep my commandments.
That's as simple as
Simple.
it gets. Simple. But that word if is heavy.
There is a yellow line in the middle of the road and the white lines on the side. If
John 14, 21.
he that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
Now that's beautiful, because what he is saying is giving that reassurance. It's so simple. It isn't a love-hate relationship like the world portrays it to be. It is very, very simple. All you got to do is follow my laws, my statutes, and my commandments. And by doing so, there's a guarantee that says, shall be.
Yeah, but it's choice.
Well, there's a choice.
Everyone has a choice.
Has a choice. And those choices are still governed by the will of the Father. Because even though you think that you can get away with what it is, it's already destined what the outcome is going to be already. So you choose within that parameter that's given to you.
And you can see how the government works with that also, because when it rains, it rains on everyone's housetop. And also the government has made a possible opportunity that everyone pays that tax for that rainwater that falls off the housetop.
And that's like we just learned in class the other day, that our Elohim is a just Elohim. Like you mentioned, he reigns on the just and the unjust.
Exactly.
So when he's saying, as long as you keep my commandments, you shall. That's a guaranteed. You will be loved by the Father also. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And he doesn't stop there. He goes on to says, and I will love him. So he's going to love you. In return of loving you, he will manifest himself to you. What does the word manifest mean? He's going to show himself. He's going to reveal. And when he's talking about himself, he's not talking literally physical in front of you. He's talking about his word. You're going to have that understanding, of what he's speaking about, when he's speaking about it, and have that deeper understanding of love and hate. Because again, people can't fathom the difference between the two, because again, the language is so messed up when it comes to what we have today. Okay. And the relationships are all jacked up because of that too. So is there a hierarchy and order when it comes to the Elohim of the Bible? That's the question. Is there a hierarchy? What does the word hierarchy means?
A system or organization in which people or groups are ranked one above the other according to status or authority.
So it's an organization of anything, basically, because what you're doing is you're having that tier of top to bottom. You're going to go in order of who's in charge down to the lowest person. And that's what we're referring to when it comes to understanding hate and hate speech. Because when it comes to hate speech, it's chaos. There's no order in anything. And they're painting the picture that everything is in chaos, because that's what they're trying to accomplish. 1 Corinthians 11 and verses 3.
1 Corinthians 1:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of all mankind, is that what it says?
Every man is Christ.
Uh-huh.
And the head of the woman
So the
is a
head
man.
of the woman is the man.
But what is a woman?
They couldn't understand what that was.
And the head of Christ is God.
So the head of our Hamashiach is Elohim. He is our head. So it goes in that order. So is there a hierarchy and an order? Yes, there's a hierarchy and an order. But again, the agenda of our enemy, we have enemies. And our enemies don't want us to be in order. They want us to continue in chaos, to be in the dark. And therefore, they are using certain tactics when we start speaking the truth, because the truth comes with order. With the truth, there's order.
This is saying that the head of every man is Christ. And the head of the woman, it didn't say every woman, but the woman. So if we don't know what a woman is, but the Bible know what the woman is, then we still have a problem.
There's always a problem with that. Again, the words of how the English puts things makes things chaotic.
But we know what a man is.
We're supposed to know what a man is. The world is in chaos, Mr. Khan. This is why hate speech plays a vital role in the chaotic assembly of the new world chaos.
Just another distraction. That's
Yes.
all. Another distraction.
This simply means everything that the Messiah preached. So listen carefully. Everything our Hamashiach preached, everything he prophesied, and everything he practiced, we should be doing without adding or taking away. That means if he say you should move to the left, we shouldn't complain and be like, oh, sun is too hot. I'm too tired. Not today. Let's start tomorrow and change things. If he says, do not mix with the heathen, don't celebrate the heathens' festivals. Don't worship the heathens' idols. Who am I or who are you to say, let's bring everyone in, let's change it, let's adapt it, let's put a little, because it's for the children. It feels good. All we're doing is giving gifts.
How you get anything done if you got if you got all this confusion that you're trying to not hurt someone's feelings, don't say the wrong thing or the wrong definition, or be caught up in hate speech.
It's crazy. Yes, Elder.
Shalom, family. Is more to that, Brother Ocean and Brother Kifa, what you all said, because from the very beginning, the Lord tell them, when I bring you to this land, when I take you from Egypt and I bring you in this land, I give it to you. Don't give your daughters to their son. Don't marry them. Don't follow them. See, it's a lot of things there, and people bypass these things.
He gave us a whole lot of instructions.
Yeah, don't follow the heathen, because the heathen will turn you away from me. That's one of the first thing that the Lord said. Don't follow them. Don't do anything they're doing, because they are crooked. They are wicked. And you are my children. When you follow them, you're going to be just like them, wicked like them.
That's right. Revelations 22, verse 18 and 19. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Elohim shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So he's telling you straight up. First of all, you have no excuse, because the word is going out and we are hearing the word. But again, the truth is being suppressed through hate speech. Okay? And people are adding things to the word. It continues to say, verse 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Elohim shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. So all you got to do is go open the book of Revelation and read it, and you'll see all that pertains in it, because your name will be removed if you are taking things out of it and changing it to meet your own requirements, so you won't offend the next person next to you. So if I'm following the Hamashiach, if I'm following Christ, and Christ hates, then should I not hate that what he hates and whom he hates? That's the question. If Christ hates this person over here, do I have the right to hate that person over there? That's the question. Also, whosoever hates the Hamashiach, or who hates Christ, also will hate you, because you follow him. It goes like, it's like a seesaw, or like when you have that what's that time clock again with the sand? The hourglass. You take the hourglass and you flip it upside down and the sand comes down. So it either goes that way or the other way. You can't have it both ways. It's not Burger King. You come and you make whatever type of sandwich you want and you're happy with it. You either follow the Messiah or you don't. If I love the Most High, then everything he loves, I will love. And everything he hates, I will hate. That's how it should be, right, Mishpachah?
That's right.
That is as simple as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see the hypocrisy of what people push when it comes to hate and love and the idea of hate speech. Let's look at what all Elohim hates. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16 to verses 19. It says, these 6 things doeth Yahuwah hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. So you look, he says, look, 6 things he hates, 7. That's very interesting. He could have a long list. But within these things, just like when we have the 613 that falls under the Big 10, these 6 things plus the seventh one, there's a long list that falls under them. Okay, let's look at them. Verse 17. A proud look. Pride. The devil is always behind the spirit of pride. It ties to him. He even have a special day called Pride Day that's linked to the dragon. We talked about that before. A lying tongue. No one likes liars. If you like a liar, okay, Mishpachah, if you like liars, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't like a liar, put 2. Let me see what you see. What say for you, Mishpachah? All 2s, huh?
If you like lawyers, put a 3.
So nobody like liars, huh? Okay. Hands that shed innocent blood, because again, it's like a trickle effect. You get proud, begin to spin the stories around. Now you want to be like Cain and take the life of your brother or sister.
Yeah, but all of them have a domino effect. One works, and you find yourself, if you do one, the other one connects to it. So
that's right.
They go hand in hand.
Verse 18.
An heart that devises wicked imaginations.
So wicked imaginations. And again, like I said earlier, everything starts within the mind. The mind is also known as the heart. So they're interchangeable when we're talking and having a dialect. Again, it's English. I'm sure when you look up the original of that in Hebrew, you don't have like all these different words describing one thing. But in English, we call the heart the mind and the mind the heart. Okay? So wicked imagination starts within your mind, and then it manifests into something else that you start to speak. Go ahead.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief.
Because people who are not grounded in the Torah, they love to follow mischief. And following mischief, meaning you find yourself in places you shouldn't find yourself, in people's businesses, participating and doing things. And before you know it, you're caught up.
A false witness that speaketh lies.
False witness. Again, go ahead.
And he that soweth discord among brethren.
So it goes down a list to show you the things that the Most High hates. Do we have any of these characteristics inside of us, Mishpachah? We shouldn't have none of these found within our bodies or within our character as being righteous Israelites, okay? Yes, Elder.
Yes. We have to look into these things very carefully. This instruction was not given to the outsiders, to the wicked. This instruction was given to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Torah was given to Israel. The commandments, the statutes, the judgment, the Lord said, you are my people, and you have to follow me. I have chosen you to be a special people above all the other people. So I'm going to give you everything, direction, how you should walk before me, what you should do, and everything else. He didn't put anything else to anybody else but to Israelites. So if I hate you, I'm just like the wicked. You see?
Mm-hmm. Brother Amarayu, in the chat you said that why it says, I can debunk that hate speech argument by simply asking, why did the U.S. Congress declare the Bible to be the word of Elohim if the book is a hate book? Well, they're changing that now. In some states, the book is illegal to have. In schools, they're taking it out. And eventually, it will become a famine. You will not find the Bible anymore. So they're working on getting rid of that to cover that basis of seeing that the Bible speaks about hate. They know exactly what they're doing. It's just a matter of time that when you're found with it, it will be an illegal document to have or book to have.
Well, you remember the Book of Eli.
The Book of Eli, yep.
Everything has a reason.
Deuteronomy 16:22.
Neither shalt thou set thee up any image, which the Most High hateth.
So Elohim hates images. That's why he says, I'm a jealous Elohim. You don't want to go and be creating and bowing down to Christmas trees and having different shrines in your home or your room, or love of money, all kinds of different things can be considered idolatry once you put it and set it up before the Most High and worship. Okay, so this is something that he hates. Revelations 21 verse 8.
But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
So he gives you a beautiful chunk of information here, speaking about the things that offends him, the things that he detests. He says, but the fearful. Now, how does the Most High hate the fearful? When you're fearful, you have no faith because you don't know who to trust in. Everything the Most High is telling you, you're doing opposite. He says, have faith in what I am doing. So, like, for example, the children of Israel, when it was coming out of Egypt, we have plenty of examples. And they're going through the Red Sea. And their walls were against the ocean and Pharaoh's army. Don't you think some of the Israelites were fearful? But Moses wasn't fearful. Moses understood. He knew exactly what was going on. You want to say something, Ima? Ella, give her the mic. Shalom.
But the word fearful is full of fear. Fearful, full of
Full
fear.
of fear, yeah.
Yeah. But you was reading something about the plagues in Revelation. It was in Revelation.
Let me go back. It was back here, Revelation 22:19.
Yes.
Is what you're referring to?
Yes. If any man
And in verse 18.
shall, yes, yeah. For testify every man that heareth this book, but heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto it these things, but 22, verses 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life. It's about play with the part.
It's in verse 20, verse 18, right here. If any man shall add unto these things, Elohim shall add unto him the plagues
Yes.
that are written in this
And
book.
this is Revelation.
Yes.
And I was reading Revelation, 'cause I'm going through the Bible again, and I'm down to Revelation chapter 9.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see the real plagues that would hit men, read Revelation, let them read Revelation chapter 9, and you will see. Before we talk about having the plagues like Egypt, the frogs and the this and that, the lice and the flies and the thing. But Revelation chapter 9, with the plagues to show, and it's terrible. So people
Yes.
should look into that chapter and see what they're talking about, what plagues are going to come on people.
The book has everything there for us to understand. The Most High is trying to keep his beloved bride, his chosen people, from receiving those very plagues Emo was just referring to. But when we disobey him, we fall under all of what we're reading about here right now. So again, the person that's full of fear doesn't have faith. You become unbelieving. That becomes an abominable thing because now you are putting the balances of the Most High's power in jeopardy. You're saying his power doesn't exist. And we know that's something that cannot be forgiven when you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, the Ruach. Murderers, homemongers, sorcerers, idolaters, all liars. So the list is there. The list is fluid. It's telling you exactly what the Most High hates. Tactics used in the name of hate speech. One of the smartest plans is to come as one. For all of us to come as one by using hate to bring unity. This is what they're doing. They're using hate to bring unity. Okay? Deuteronomy 32 verses 8.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So the Most High is the one that has done the division. Not me, not you, not some political party. or some government or some kingdom or some nation. It's the creator of heaven, the one who made all mankind. He's the one who established the division from the beginning.
Well, you have to really pay attention to the detail, as they say, the details and what's the details and what's in the details. But you have to really pay attention to what the details of what the scripture is saying. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. Now, if you go back to the book of Daniel, when they say they think to change
times, laws,
have they accomplished that? That's the thing you have to think of. Have they accomplished that? If they have gotten to that point and they have accomplished that, there is no reason why they can't accomplish this part of trying to change anything and switch what inheritance is for who.
Well, they're trying to. They've been trying from day one to mask the inheritance part by changing the laws, the times. We see it. They go to whitewash a lot of stuff. They hide information, and then they suppress the truth. Today, technology through algorithms and all these things that we're going to see hides all those things and suppresses the truth from coming out. And therefore, our people are left in the dark and are comfortable with what they have. And therefore, the inheritance now, according to them, is lost. But we know it's not lost. So, yeah, you know, it's all a matter of perspective and understanding how these people are playing. Hate separates, and the Most High instructed us to separate from the unrighteous nations and people. So the Most High told us to separate ourselves. Didn't he not say that?
Exactly.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 3.
Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that
it got cut off, that they separated themselves. That's what it says. Let's just pull it up just so they can see. I want to have something that is misquoted. So let's go to the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13. We'll read it from here since it got cut off, and verses 3. Okay, read that for me right here.
Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitudes.
So all the mixed multitudes, meaning that because Israel came out as a mixed multitude from Egypt. So people automatically think that everybody is included. But no, right here we see a separation happened. And not only once, but many times separations happen along the way as the Most High was gathering and doing the separation himself. The same way it will be in the end. He will gather the wheat and the tares, and he's going to be the one to do the separating. Yes, Ima.
So how comes that it don't have John 3:16 there? Because you know they don't supposed to be separated themselves from, you know, they're supposed to be John 3:16 there.
You see, John 3:16 is part of that hoax of the hate speech movement to bring unity. So what they'll tell you is God loves everybody. He doesn't
God
hate.
so loved the world.
He loves. There's no hate. So they don't want to read anything else. So they're pushing that narrative and misleading people all the time. But we see here it says, when they heard the law. So when we understand what we are reading in these in our Torah, in the Bible, this is when we are moved to make those moves to separate ourselves. This is why we tell our families to find the shalom life that we're talking about. Separate yourselves from among the heathens. Don't mix with them. Don't be like them. Don't participate with what they do. Yes, Ima.
It's because they came and was clinging to them. So, you know, meaning I'm believing the Father. So I'm one of them, you know. So John 3:16 again.
Yep. Again, they will always try to find ways around to be included. But the Most High did say in the future, some, not all, but some of them other nations will be our servants, and some of them will be destroyed completely.
Right.
This is where we have to have the understanding to know who's who. But the Most High is going to be the one in the end to do the separating, okay? But for now, he's telling us who hear the law to separate. And that's not hate speech. But the world will call it hate speech. They will say, oh, you're discriminating.
Too much energy.
The Most High created men to be separated, but the devil's plan through the confederation is to mix and merge nations together. Now, we talked about before where there's an agenda to have mixed marriages. Rebbe talked about it before also, where you can see, if you drive around on billboards, you drive around and you just look on your computer, laptops, on commercials and advertisements, social media, there's a big movement of bringing everyone together. This is where America has the motto of the melting pot. We talked about that before also. So we have to take those things into consideration. Genesis 11, verses 1, verses 4, and verses 6.
And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose two may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Go to, let us build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. We have that. Actually, today we have skyscrapers, we have large buildings. The Caucasus Mountains, people has always wanted to be in tall mountains, and as eagles do, they want to do. So
spaceships and space shuttles. River 6. Right?
And Yoah said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
So again, it starts in the mind. Again, there we see it. The imagination starts there. It's like they sit down and we're reading the book of Joshua Jubilees, where the Most High send the spirits to these nations. And it's like a vessel which has like a magnetic attraction to wickedness. So automatically the spirits run to them and whisper in their ears, you should do this, and they imagine all these wicked things. You just say to yourself, what is wrong with these people? The dead can't rest. They're digging up the bones. They're pulling diseases out of stuff to create stuff. They're splitting atoms to big bombs. Everything they're doing is just wickedness. But yet, if you speak the truth, you're hating. You're a hater.
You pull something off of YouTube, and that's a problem. Even up to today, I was watching something, but I really don't want to talk too much about it. But if you want to really see it, go to Rising Hill, and you see what they talk about there. It's very, very, very funny.
They're doing a lot of stuff in suppressing a lot of the truth. They're scrubbing the internet, taking things away. So it's hard to find. You got to be very strategic just to put things in certain words to find things that you're looking for. Because 1 minute it'll be there, next minute it's gone.
It's gone.
It's like, wait a minute, I know I saw this. That's why when you click articles, you download it, you take pictures and stuff, you save it. So when you have to present stuff, you're like, look, this is where it came from. But again, it's hate speech when you start to speak the truth.
Exactly.
So the Most High is telling us to separate from these nations. Every time they want to come together, it's a problem, Mishpachah. It's only wickedness that they want to do. The same plan for the future. We just saw it here. Go back to the slide. This was the past. This is the future. Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. And that future is now, Mishpachah. Go ahead.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
So when we go back to this slide, it talks about becoming one, right? Moving back to the future now, or in the current, because that's what they're preparing right now, to have a one world government, a one world system that causeth all. When it says all, Mishpachah, it's everyone that's connected to the system. Everyone that is partaking into the system. And how do we partake into the system? We have to connect to their economical finances to get paid, because you have to eat, right? You got to buy clothes, shoes, those different things. This is why we're telling our brothers and sisters, try to be self-sustaining as much as you can. We're not saying that we are going to be 100% sustainable by ourselves for the start. What we're saying is we try to sustain by ourselves by growing our own vegetables and fruits, our own animals, making our own clothes, supporting our own people in righteousness. And once we start to lean towards that, the Most High is going to take control and do the rest. This is where the faith comes in. You just want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, it says, and he calls all. All is a big letter, all. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. They didn't say the left, but they say the right. Or in his foreheads. Now we have a lot of things that's coming into play. And if people just don't want to listen, I mean, my encouragement is not to worry about them, but secure yourself. Because, like I said, there were 10 virgins. It didn't say 10 people, 10 virgins. 5 was wise, 5 was foolish, and it's a particular thing of why they were considered wise and foolish. It was the actions that was taking place. And trying to knock someone over the head and tell them, hey, listen, everything is great. Everything is great. I mean, you sit back and you look and you see that the whole system is a setup from the beginning to the end. You sit down, you grow up, you're watching cartoons. It's a setup. The same witchcraft that is in Lucky Charms, they have a cauldron in Lucky Charms, is the same witchcraft that you see that the witches, plain as day, deal with. But people can't see that. And if you bring it to their attention, it's like you're scaring them because they don't want to. You asked me to take my head out of the sand and look at what you're talking about because it's scary. Please let me put my head back.
And when it comes to, and I just saying that I'm just seeing how fluid the word hate or the term hate speech is there, because you're trying to warn a person about something that's dangerous for them, but because they are so attached to it, it's like you're hating against them. Like, why are you telling me this for? You know, I like doing what I do. Let me stay to my ignorance.
Yeah, just leave me alone.
You know,
I got my ball and I just want to kick it down the road, and please stop bothering me.
Yes, Ima.
Again, we see here that it says, and he calls all, both great and small, and all those people that
In
to
between.
receive the mark in the forehead or in the right hand. But we have hope for those people that turn to Yahweh, turn their life over to him. Hope for those people who keep the commandments of Yahweh. Hope for those people whose name, because it says all those, verse 16 and verse 17, those that whose name are not written in the Lamb's book of life. So we have to try and remember what Revelation say before the plagues are going to hit those people that refuse to admit and acknowledge and repent. You hear in verses 8, it says, all that dwell upon the face of the earth shall worship him whose names are not written in the Lamb's book of life. And in the Lamb's book of life, you find that in chapter 10. Lamb's book of life opening. So we see we have to try our best. And remember, it's important to get on the side of Yahweh, commandments and his laws, and walk upright.
Yes, Ema, the time is now. This is the grace period that we have that Christianity has taken and polluted it. That no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast and the number. So there's three parts to that we can get into later. But again, it's the same plan that we had from the past that was happening here right now. All right, ADL. This is their logo, fighting hate for good. That's what they say. They're fighting hate for good. When you have been called out and accused by people who don't want their true intentions exposed, they hide behind the power of wickedness, okay? So look at this, ADL versus Deuteronomy 28. I put it this way, because again, they're telling you to don't hate, don't do all these different things. But in Deuteronomy 28, it's telling you the unjust that happens to you when you disobey your creator, how they will be putting their foot on your necks. But it's okay for them to do it. But when you say you can't breathe, or you want to speak the truth and you want to say these things, you're speaking hate speech.
I mean, doing what's wrong is much easier than doing what's right. I mean, I read it just a little while ago that everyone has come to the point of one language. And, the Most High said that they go, let us go down before they, get to the point of mischief. The confusion is that we have to really understand the intricate detail of Luke 16, that there's a gulf between everything that's right and everything that's bad. And you can't let yourself get caught up and waste your energy and time. Get your homestead together. Mm-hmm. Stay busy trying to get yourself together, because Noah did not waste his time. Although he was sharing the knowledge and wisdom that the Most High, he was building. Mm-hmm. He didn't worry to go find family members or friends or people that don't understand that they're creating 15-minute cities, or they're working on all these different plagues that they're digging up in the Arctic and all over the place. They're killing off the chickens, or they're having avian flu and all these other different things. Just look at what the rich people are doing, building bunkers, selling their stocks, getting themselves together. But when people are caught up, they're the first that's going to run to you and ask you, listen, do you have a couple extra eggs I could get? And you know what?
You might have to make them a nice little
I am not going to make nothing.
Well, why not?
I'm going to wave from the gate.
It says, love your enemy.
I do. I'll wave with all the love possible. I don't have time to waste.
All right, let's look at this. From the Office of the Attorney General for the District of Columbia. Attorney General of District of Columbia. I messed all that up. Okay, this is from your nation's capital, okay, that we see here. It says, what is hate? Read that for me.
Hate generally starts with bias that is left unchecked. Bias is a preference either for or against an individual or group that affects someone's ability to judge fairly.
So let's pause a minute. So is it wrong to be either for or against, meaning to pick a side? Is it wrong to pick a side?
No.
Because at the end of the day, no one is in the middle. You're either on the left or the right.
Well, they tell you got to stay 6 feet apart. So how can you pick a side if you got to stay 6 feet apart? And put on a mask, hide.
Okay, continue reading.
Okay.
Right here.
When that bias is left unchecked, it becomes normalized or accepted and may even escalate into violence.
So they're telling you to make sure you check your biasness.
How are you going to check these biases, and with what? If you don't know the definition of a woman don't know the definition of a woman, and there is so much confusion They just got to leave it alone and keep going.
I continue.
When hate manifests against a person or group of people, it usually derives from ignorance,
That's what it
anger,
is.
fear, a sense of injury, or a perceived threat to the status quo. Fear,
So let's go down here again. Let's see. Right here.
emotions. When the word hate is used in law, such as hate crime law, it does not mean rage, anger, or general dislike. In this context, hate means bias against people or groups with specific characteristics.
So what is wrong with saying, because these people over here practice this, I don't like that, I'm going to stay over here?
Well, the hate that they're talking about has nothing to do with anybody else but the people that they hate.
That's all it
Now,
is.
we know who the people that they hate because we have been affected and have dealt with the hate. But even the people that are dealing with the hate that haven't awakened yet from realizing that they're the ones that's being hated, hate you because you're trying to wake them up from being hated.
Being hated.
So the best thing to do is leave them alone, pass them a pillow, and get a fan and fan them.
Say that again slowly. Hold on. The people that you're trying to wake up hate you more than the people that hate
them
and you.
And you. So the best thing to do, leave them alone, make sure they're comfortable where they're at, a pillow. If you have to sing or fan them, go ahead.
Give them a
Keep
pacifier
going.
too.
Leave them. It's like trying to wake up, a dangerous animal. And all you're gonna do is end up getting your head chopped off, lopped off, or something happened to you.
Let's look at this chart here. This is chart. So you see I have 1 to 5, and these are the levels of hate according to them. This is according to the government in the United States, from the Attorney General. Okay, this governs the entire United States. This is the levels from 1 to 5. Number 1 is what?
Number 1 is bias attitude.
So if you have attitude, there's bias. That's number 1 for hate, hate speech. That's considered a crime.
Right.
So you can't have an attitude. Okay, Kiefer, you got to check your attitude at the door.
I don't have any attitude. I mean, I understand what's going on, and I'm happy that I'm not caught up. I
Number
just want to
2,
be left alone.
Acts of bias and discrimination.
I don't even have that.
Now, what's funny is, let's look at number 3, systematic discrimination, or systemic discrimination. I say systematic because it's systemic. It's the same thing to me because it's all from the same root of wickedness. When you look at it, Deuteronomy 28 is right there in the forefront.
Exactly. All of it is about Deuteronomy 28:15.
They're going to tell you, don't say this, but you're not allowed to come over here and shop on this side of in our stores. You're not allowed to have the same treatments, because you think, for one moment, you think that the civil rights movement, all that stuff changed a lot of stuff. Nothing's changed.
These are the people that you're trying to convince, that has already been convinced that a rabbit lays eggs. Why am I going to look at them and waste my energy and talk to while they are battling each other? It said the devil fighting the devil. How can the devil rebuke the devil?
Well, Kiefer, that's
so
that's
you're
the
wasting
question
your
right there.
time, and that's the thing that we always have to have in the foresight and the backside of our mind, not to waste your time.
Yep. Now,
keep diligent in what the word is.
When you look at the whole picture, they're going to, like you said again, create this narrative, create all kinds of crazy stuff that people believe in. And when you bring truth out and says, rabbits don't make eggs, they look at you like
These
they're
same
crazy.
Christians are upset with Biden right now because he decided to take their risen thing, that they're confused, that they got 3 days out of that risen thing, and has given it.
The trans has risen.
The trans has risen.
That's what it means. Okay. Now look at this here: bias motivated towards violence. The last two, our Hamashiach is going to take care of the last two. Because when he comes back, he says violence. He says vengeance is mine, not violence.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is violence towards us. And
Because
he
he's
will
going
take
to do what?
vengeance.
Wipe out these nations, which are we consider what? Genocide, right?
But they already know that.
And that's why
they're upset.
they're trying to tell us we can't do it because it's a whole cesspool of craziness. Okay, let's move on to this other link right here. I want to show you something very interesting on. So this is the anti, meaning against, defaming a league. Like what? It sounds like the Justice League or Avengers or something. You know?
And they had the front of the shirt mark ADL.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
yeah,
you're defaming. And it's tied. What's interesting is that these Jewish non-governmental people here are tied to the civil rights movement people. Let's look at. So it started. Let's go a little history here. So let's see. I'll make it a little bigger first before I jump there. Okay, let's read the oranges right here. The origins.
Origins of the ADL was founded in late September 1913 by Benai Birth.
That's all we need. So you see it started in 1913, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Fast forward to 1920s and the 60s, it says the Jews in the civil rights movement. What are they doing in the civil rights movement?
Well, if you want to keep an eye on the fools that is confused with April Fool's Day because they celebrate January 1st, you have to be close to them because you don't want them to make a mistake or get off the path. It just takes some time to really sit down and think about it. Civil rights, whose civil rights, or what civil rights, or what is civil rights? You think by voting and scratching a box is going to help you more than prayer, then by all means go ahead. Don't try to convince somebody that don't want to be convinced of something they can't see. Don't.
It tells you right here, Mishpachah, that they're playing both sides. See, it says, read this for me, the ADL.
The ADL opposed red baiting and McCarthyism in the 1950s. The ADL campaigned for civil rights legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
And then you look at it to see what this is talking about here.
Red baiting, also known as ridicule ad stellium, and red tagging, is an intention to discredit the validity of a political opponent and the opponent's logical argument by accusing, denouncing, attacking, or persecuting the target or targeted individual or group as anarchists, communists, Marxists, socialists,
and so forth, right? So they're going to put everything in it
that was
just to hide the fact that
that's in the 1970s, but they are doing it today still.
We fast forward in 1990s. You see right here, you go down to 2000s. This is where they include the animals and they include LGBT.
But they tell you these things, and it's written right there. But you show someone that, and they tell you that you're talking gibberish, and it's basically hate speech. Why waste your time? Why waste your time?
Well, let's just read this here. Let's see. Let's read these two paragraphs here.
In 2020, ADL joined with the NAACP Color of Change, LULAC, Free Press, the National Hispanic Media Coalition, and other organizations in the Stop Hate for Profit campaign. The campaign targeted online hate on Facebook, with over 1,000 businesses pausing the ad buys on Facebook for a month.
Jump down to right here. Oops, where we went to. Oh, see.
It's a lot of wordplay and solid words and all this waste of
this part right here. Read this part right here.
In 2020, the ADL trained staff to edit Wikipedia pages.
So they trained the staff to do what?
Edit.
That means to change.
Yeah.
To change the meanings, change the words, because again, they're trying to cover and mask and hide things.
The Most High changed not, so I stick with that. I don't care what they edit.
Continue.
I don't wake up worrying about what they edit the next day. But the ADL said it suspended the project in April of 2021. The ADL is considered a reliable source. The ADL is considered a reliable source on Wikipedia.
So they tell you, oh, we stopped it.
Yeah.
Lies.
It's like Snoops.
Lies.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what this is.
Fact checkers checking the facts. In early January 2021, the ADL called for the removal of Donald Trump as president in response to the storming of the United States Capitol, and described the relationship of the storming of the Capitol to the far right and anti-Semitic groups. You know, and the funny thing about this guy that they call Donald Trump went in and make Judaism a race, basically. And the funny thing about that, he was the same one that placed them in a light that they are untouchable. The way they make it sound like this guy was on the Capitol steps and he was storming it, the United States Capitol, and was the one who caused all these problems with all these groups. As I said, if you really pay attention to this, it takes up too much energy, it takes up too much time. And
but I'm just showing this piece right here just to say that again, they're talking all this stuff, playing both sides of the fence, and who's running for president again, and who is winning right now. We see it right here, Mr. Bakar. And it goes on. It goes on and on and on. Let's go back over here now. So again, ADL versus Deuteronomy 28. Do you see the hypocrisy here, Mr. Bakar? Now let's look at the mind of the heathen. Why is everything black, evil, or bad? That's the question, because that's what they do, right? Our minds has been conditioned to believe that everything dark or black we should hate, and everything white we should embrace. That's what they tell you. They talk about the black mailing, the black cake, the black cat, the black duckling, the black angels. These are all bad, according to them. So who's hating who? Did you all know that hate speech is the same as or is equal to a hate crime now? So they're considering hate speech a hate crime when they're telling you, read this from right here, is hate speech legal?
Is hate speech legal? Hate speech is generally protected by the First Amendment and cannot lawfully be censored, contrary to a common misconception.
So they're telling you it's lawful, right? It's legal, and it cannot lawfully be censored. But they'll tell you if you speak it, it's a crime. How much sense does that make, Mr. Bakar?
Well, yes. Again, I could agree with them because until they can tell me what the definition of a woman is, right now I'm still confused. I know a few women, and I'm going to ask them what the definition of a woman, or do they know what a woman is, or have they had the opportunity to identify a woman, or are they I'm getting confused now.
All right, let's look at something a minute. Let's open back up the internet. And let's
just leave it alone, family. Leave it alone.
Fair use, and let's start from 104. Let's see. This is Muhammad Ali. We saw this. Some of us have seen this before. Who's he talking to?
Quit saying that. Well, I was always curious, and I always live anyway. I always wondered why.
All right, so we're starting from here. And you could watch the video, you could watch it again, but I played this before, and you can see the mentality of the people and how even the host of the show is just having a great time laughing. And you look at the look on his face, you know, he's embarrassed in himself too, in saying that or in talking about this here. So again, fair use. Let's see what is going on here with how hate speech is even seen in this, and they're taking it as a joke.
You know, Tarzan is the king of the jungle in Africa. He was white. White man. I saw this white man swinging around Africa with a diaper on, hollering. Oh! Do you all see Tarzan over here?
Right,
Tarzan? And all the Africans, he's beating them up and breaking the lion's jaw. And here's Tarzan talking to the animals, and the Africans been there for centuries, and he can't talk to the animals. Only Tarzan can talk to the animals.
So you understand that? What he's saying is Tarzan's been there. He's been there for just a little time. He can speak to all animals in the jungle. But the natives who are there, which are people of color, been there for years, all their lives, and they can't talk to the animals. But this one white person named Tarzan can.
I always wondered why Miss America was always white. All the beautiful brown women in America, beautiful suntans, beautiful shapes, all type complexions, but she always was white. And Miss World was always white. And Miss Universe was always white. And then they got some stuff called White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado flow wax. Everything was white. And the angel food cake was the white cake, and the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. I said, Mama, why is everything white? I always wondered, and the president lived in the White House.
Now, yeah, you see how it's a big mockery. So why don't they call it the Black House? Because it was built off the backs of slaves, and their bones still buried under that rubble or that place called the White House.
At the end of all his wondering, there is nothing to wonder about anymore, because look at his final condition.
His state of mind, yes.
Of his mind right now. So.
And Mary
Yes, Elder.
Yeah. When you look in family, when we really looking at what's going on, this hate begin way back in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it will not stop. They will put color, they will put all kind of things going on. All different type of people will talk about different things, but it will never stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people are wicked and they don't want to follow the Messiah. They want to do what their father has given them to do. It will never change until Yeshua come back.
Yeah, they'll always say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if it doesn't matter, when it comes to the truth, and I'm not talking about color here, I'm talking about the truth. When it comes to the truth, they say it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, why is the truth considered a hate speech? Why, when you want to talk about the truth, it's a problem?
A little lamb, his feet as white as snow, and Snow White, and everything was white. Santa Claus was white, and everything bad was black. The little ugly duckling was the black duck, and the black cat was the bad luck. And if I threaten you, I'm gonna blackmail you. I said, Mama, why don't they call it white male? They lied too. I was always curious, and then this is when I knew something was wrong. Won the Olympic gold medal in Rome, Italy.
Now listen to the story he's going to tell now.
Olympic champion, the Russian standing right here, and the Pole right here. Is Poland considered a communist country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm defeating America's so-called threats or enemies. And the flag is going dun 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 dun. I'm standing so proud. Dun 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 dun. And I done whooped the world for America. Dun 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 dun. I took my gold medal, thought I'd invented something. I said, man, I know I'm gonna get my people freedom there. I'm the champion of the whole world, Olympic champion. I know I can eat.
So you say he just finished fought. He won the Olympics. He's the champ of the world. Everybody all over the world saw that he has this big medal and he think that everything is okay.
Downtown now. And I went downtown that day, had my big old medal on and went to restaurants. At that time, black things wasn't integrated. The black folks couldn't eat downtown. And I went downtown, I sat down.
So he know the black folks couldn't eat there, but he went there to eat.
And I said, a cup of coffee, hot dog. The lady said, we don't serve Negroes. I was so mad. I said, I don't eat them either. Just give me a couple of hamburgers.
Look at his face. See, he's disgusted.
The illusion
he's disgusted.
of inclusion, being disillusioned. Keep it up.
So again, who's discriminating who and who's being racist towards who? Okay, that's the question. Truth is the new hate speech. YouTube uses machine learning algorithms to flag potentially inappropriate videos for review. This is where Rebbe was talking about every time he posts something, the AI goes through and ciphers out words, and they automatically put him in the YouTube jail. Even in Twitter, Facebook, you name it, they all have the same algorithms and AI bots to provide proactive content moderation, identifying and removing harmful content before it's reported. So that's what they'll tell you. Okay, hypocritical. That's the question. One common definition of hate speech is any form of expression through which speakers intend to vilify, humiliate, or incite hatred against a group or a class of persons on the basis of race. That's the first thing they always tell you. But we see from the beginning the Most High separated the nations, right? Okay. Religion. He said, don't worship other idols. So that's 2 strikes on us. Skin color. The people of the book are people of color. Sexual identity. The Most High made male and female. And he says for you to marry, a man should be with a woman and a woman should be with a man. But they changed that with gender identity. So that's another strike against us. Ethnicity, because now they have clouded everything and you have all this mix and you don't know who's who, where the culture stands, who the Torah is for and who the Torah is not for. Because again, he showeth his word unto Jacob and his laws and statutes unto Israel. And he has not dealt with any other nation. We know this.
But you know Hosea has spoken about this. And you know, you're dealing with stiff necks, hard heads, and you know, ears that's full of different things.
Itchy ears.
Ears that can't hear it and see it. And if they're saying that this happened in the days of Noah, I am very, 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 very afraid. Because there is no opportunity for anyone to catch themselves at a certain point. Just hold on and get ready. Make sure your parachutes are all set.
You plan to jump out of a plane?
I'm telling you, it's not looking good. And if they have it in the water or they have it in the food, all I can say, whoever's listening now, I will continue to pray for you as I hope that you pray for me also.
Let's look at something here. So also disability or national origin. So again, we are a disabled nation right now. That's another strike against us. I thought hate is hate. That's what I thought. I might be wrong. Let's look at this a minute. So, okay, so let me open this first. All right. So this is a statistics website that gives you number of hate groups in the United States in 2022 by type. Now, these people have the nerve to put it down into types. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Can y'all see that good?
Yeah, make it a little bigger.
A little bit bigger, Ella?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see, make it a little bigger. Is that better?
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
All right. The biggest number to have is anti-government movement. This is a big umbrella that they push a lot of the groups underneath. General hate. What is general hate? Like, what definition is that? I generally hate what? Ice cream? A blanket hate? Okay. White nationalists. What's the difference between a white nationalist and a neo-Confederate, a racist skinhead, and a Ku Klux Klan? And what's the difference between all of these people right here? The lowest one down here, the KKK, which is affiliated with the same skinheads, affiliated with the same Confederates. They hate any immigrants, but they themselves are immigrants in this country, right? Which are affiliated with the same people because that's where they come from. They don't like Ishmael. They're the same people here. They say they don't like the alphabet crew, but they fall under the umbrella of the white nationalists. But they break these guys down this way. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff here. But my question is, anti-government movement and general hate. What exactly is general hate when you dig into it? When you look into it, it doesn't cover anything that deals with what they consider hate speech to be. But the hate speech movement falls under the anti-government movement, because when you talk about what companies own what, who own where, who's in charge, what agendas they're pushing, what information they're suppressing, the information they're speaking about in school, the medicines, the vaccines, all these different things that they're pushing, it all falls under anti-government movement. And then religiously, according to what they class us to be, when you're teaching Torah, you fall right under this one here when you dig deep into it. Let me pull up this other website here. Look at this one here. This is the SPLC. Truth be told is what they say, right? Over here, the Confederates, if you could see it, shaking hands over here.
So in 1968, they had that problem too, huh?
Yeah,
I'm a man.
Yeah, 19, right here.
Wow.
The guy has his little chicken over here in his hand. See him right here?
Hey, Brother O'Shea.
Yes, Rebbe.
I wonder if they're gonna ban the watermelon song that the ice cream trucks just be using, selling ice cream throughout the neighborhoods. I wonder if they're gonna ban that too, because you know that song is a so-called racist song, right?
So is the Star Spangled Banner.
The whole lot.
Exactly.
Yep. Yes, Elder.
The same, Brother O'Shea and family, the same people who write these things is the same people. They are the one who do all these things. They play the music and they dance it themselves.
Mm-hmm. If you look down here, just scroll on here, they're fighting hate according to them, but they're the ones who are giving the hate out.
But
how do you fight something that you're giving out?
In every situation, you hear from George Floyd to Amber Geiger and all of them. Every one of them say they fear us.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared. And that's why they do the things they do. But we are the one that's always being hated, and the hate is always toward us.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say something about it, governors from different places like Florida says that they are disbanding the woke agenda because they don't want you to bring out these things that is spoken about that causes people to recognize or bring it on the forefront of their eyes that they're the ones that's causing all these problems. In a couple of days, there's going to be a movie come out called Civil War.
Civil War, that comes out on the 11th or 12th.
They've been sparking that for the longest and wishing that happened for.
But isn't that pushing hate?
Exactly.
Isn't that
stop that first, and if you can stop that, then the hate could stop. I mean, I still need to know what a woman is.
Well, hopefully, Kiefer, the Most High would give you that answer about what a woman is.
Yeah, because I mean, if you don't know what a woman is, then we are in violation and
we're in trouble.
Yes, I mean that's why.
Well, the generation coming up is in trouble.
Alphabet soup may be onto something.
Mm-hmm. Now look at this right here. You see, it says hate and extreme. Children's rights.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the parents supposed to be in charge of the children? Well, there's no parents. So I guess the children have rights now too. Economic justice. But look who the picture is here. Immigrant justice, LGBTQ rights, criminal justice reform. What are they changing? Nothing. Mm-hmm. How to build more prisons to make more money.
You got
voting rights. There's no voting because the Most already tell us We can't put anyone in charge of us. We're not supposed to be voting for any of these people. Stay out of politics.
I'm so glad that I woke up from this foolishness because, you go talking about you're going to vote for Democrat, Republican, and all kind of nonsense. And all you're doing is wasting
more time. So again, YouTube jail. AI serves as a vital ally, okay, in content moderation. So when you're putting out truth stuff, they're going to go ahead and edit your stuff. They're going to suppress it and tell you, you got to change this. Working tirelessly. Now, these are their words. It's not my words. I just copied and paste. Working tirelessly behind the scenes to analyze and flag content that violates YouTube's policies. One, okay, which includes hate speech, medical misinformation, discrimination, and much more. No? You saying something, Elder?
Yeah. Can I say something now?
Yes, go ahead, Elder.
Look at the person, the people that is there, that is behind that bars.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same people there that making the laws. When you look, it's the same type of people you see that bring in this thing. Hollywood, the government, and everything that going on in this world. Mm-hmm. These are the people that are doing it. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
As I said, they play the music and they dance it.
That's right. They orchestrate everything. John 15, verses 18 and 19.
If the world hated you, or the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
So, Mr. Carl, when you ask the question, or when your children ask the question, why I can't talk about this? Why I can't speak the truth? Why is the truth hated so much? This is our Hamashiach told us. If the world hates you, so how does the world hate me? How does the world hate Brother O'Shea? Let's see. They tried to put pollutions all in the food and water. They put pork in everything. Everything today has the information of some kind of a sodomite message that's been pushed. And the list goes on. I mean, I'm just pulling out little things here and there. But everything is against the Torah, Mishpachah. When you look at it, whatever the Torah puts, the Most High gives you all his laws. And we're going down the list, and we're checking it off, and we're looking at it, and we're seeing, if I do this, the world would hate me. If I don't celebrate Christmas, the world would hate me. If I don't eat my pork, the world would hate me. And that's what's happening. They are making you as is the right term, a martyr for righteousness, or I should say make you an example because the world hates you. It continues, says, if you were of the world would love his own. So if you eat your pork and you practice your Christmas and you do all these other things, thank you, a scapegoat. That's what I'm looking for. If you love the world, they won't hate you. So if you listen to the same music they listen to, the same holidays, the same foods, the same idols they worship, you do everything they do. You just go along to get along. Mm-hmm. They will not hate you. But because you are not of the world, see right there it says, because you are not of the world. Mm-hmm. And again, the world is what? The system. How is Yeshua saying this statement, but yet John 3:16, everyone?
True.
That makes no sense.
It does.
That just shows you the hypocrisy that these people have.
Where there's brain damage, anything can make sense.
Well,
you shouldn't be the one to try to figure it out.
I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just reading what the word says. The word says, but Yeshua says, I have chosen you out of the world, out of everyone. Mm-hmm. Therefore, the world hates you. So, Mishpachah, the world will hate you because you love the Torah, okay? 1 second, Elder. Matthew 24, verses 4. And I'll take Elder. Go ahead.
And Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
That's the first thing. Deception. Eve was deceived. I was the deception back then. You push it all the way down. Deception is what makes people fold. And because deception is full of misinformation, lies, treachery, deceit, a whole bunch of different things fall behind of it. And therefore, the truth is not told. So you're deceived. So he's telling you, take heed that nobody deceives you. Religion, politics, you name it. Yes, Elder.
Yeah, these words there Yeshua is the one who said that. Because when he was here, the world hate him. Everything that he do, he exposed the world. So they hate him. Now, we too today, the same news that they bring in, they talk about. When you post it, they say they take it out. The same thing they say, you mention it, they tell you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is to prove to you who they hate. It's the Lord they hate, Elohim. And if they hate you, they will hate. If they hate me, they will hate you too, because the same work that he did from the beginning, they hate him for that. They crucify him for that. They do everything against him, and he said that if you love me, keep my commandment, and you follow me, the same thing that they do to me, they will do it to you.
So again, you could have all the information in front of you. You could quote it verbatim out of their own mouth. The minute you say it, it's hate speech. Matthew 24, verse 9, verse 21.
Then
and
shall
22.
they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. For then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So, Mishpachah, the Most High is shortening the days because of our sake. Every time we pray, Most High, make the time short. This is what we're praying for. Except those days be shortened. If those days weren't shortened, Mishpachah, we will have longer time of wickedness to endure. And they will have more time to imagine vain and wicked imaginations. Verse 9 says, then shall they. Who is the they? The confederation that we read about. The different nations that get together, that are influenced by the fallen angels under the devil himself, to come against the chosen, selected people known as Israel, because the devil has the Most High has allowed those spirits to take control of those people. So they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. These are words, Mishpachah, that will happen. And again, they falsify it and give you rapture and secret this and all kinds of stupid stuff. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. He's telling you again. Okay? So, Mishpachah, we have to understand that we as a people are targeted. And we are the ones that the hate speech is against. When we speak righteous, there's nothing wrong with speaking righteousness, because it says in the words that his words are truth and good. So if I'm speaking truth and good, how is that hate speech?
Because there are definitions that cannot be defined, and you are saying things that can be understood.
Read that quote for me. This is from George Orwell.
Truth, it's the new hate speech during times of universal deceit. Telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act.
So they're telling you, Mishpachah, that in these times when we have a universal deceit, who is named the universal religion that spreads deceit? Let me see who in the chat is thinking. What is the universal body or group called, that's right, Sister Brenda, the Catholic. It means universal. During the times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. So we have to stand up for righteousness. We have to know exactly the times we live in. This is why we keep pushing the shalom life. And the shalom life basically means getting out of the system, the mindset and the mind frame, separating yourselves from unrighteousness, living Torah, being self-sustainable as much as you can. Because when you start making these moves, the Most High is going to take over. When you don't make the moves, he's not going to work for you. I'm going to tell you now. He's not going to help those who are disobedient. You always talk about those 10 virgins, right?
Very important.
And the reason why it mentions virgins is because they were set apart people. We are set apart people. But out of the majority of the set apart people, half was wise and half was foolish. So are you going to be part of the foolish ones that allow people to continue to bamboozle you and to deceive you and to say we can all assimilate and we can all get along and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we all going to heaven and it's just one big fat lie, Mishpachah.
I am still trying to figure out, I haven't had the opportunity, maybe Tarzan can help me, but I wonder if animals can see color.
Yeah.
Because if animals could see color, then why don't they have the same problems that we have?
Animals can see color because, and I'll answer this for you in a simple way. If you notice, majority of the animals the Most High make, when it comes to the males, they're always colorful.
Mm-hmm.
They have to display these colors to attract what? The females.
Why?
The woman. They have to
Why?
attract the woman.
Why?
So the animals know what a woman is. But the men in the world today, mankind don't know what a woman is. So yes, animals can see color. It's just us who's supposed to be the top of the food chain, they say, who basically is the dumbest. You know, yes, Elder.
Yeah, in the animal world, or the animals, all the animals that Elohim made, there's no hate speech there. Not at all. There is no discrimination there. All the animals on the earth, they don't. All of them live on this earth. You don't have anything. You don't have. There's no court, no hanging, no shooting, except the wicked that doing these things.
So Ella, when a lion doesn't like a gazelle,
Let's not talk about a lion. Because I'm still trying to figure out why the female lions go out and hunt and the male lion just stay there and wait for the food to come. And it cannot happen in this
Kiefer, you answered the
life.
question already. You said you said you want to know the definition, right?
I'm still confused.
Mishpachah, I need y'all to help Kiefer get the definition of what a woman is, because Kiefer needs to know. Yeah. So help Kiefer out know what definition of a woman is. So
Great.
I hope everyone tonight, because
Great class.
I wanted to kind of break the ice on this hate speech stuff that we've been talking about for some time. People want to tiptoe around it and stuff, but understanding that the truth stands by itself strong. And we as Israelites supposed to always speak the truth, no matter who or what is around or what they say, even if a gun is to your head. Even if you're threatened by your job, I don't even go as far as a gun. I'll just say threatened by your job, because people, they get a little threatened by you get fired.
I mean, this.
They get scared.
Yeah.
So I won't even go so dramatic and say a gun. Let's just talk about getting fired from your job. Will you stand for the truth, or will you accept what they will tell you to take?
Well, if
the
you
jobs and all these different things.
If you have a mortgage, you have a lifestyle that you have to maintain. You're trying to prove something. You need to prove something. Something has to be proven. Then go right ahead. Do not take anything we say serious.
We can only say that it is serious, and we will continue to pray for you. We thank the prayer team, all the members of the prayer team. We thank Rebbe for the classes, and all the brothers and sisters out there that are trying their best, that are living the best in trying to get this shalom lifestyle. We salute you, and we thank you always for your support in this ministry.
I'm gonna play this last video tonight. This is just showing about that.
Brother Shay, excuse me.
Yes, Rebbe.
Looks like you're about to wrap things up. Anyway, speaking about hate speech, and thank you, Kifa. Appreciate it. I sent you a couple of links, someone you take a look at through the chat directly to you.
Yeah, I'm putting right now.
Okay, so as you're talking about hate speech, and you had mentioned about the ADL, I think you mentioned that, correct?
Yeah.
One of those Jewish Ashkenazim hate speech monitor system, right? I don't know if most people don't realize it, but a lot of the so-called blackface people were Jewish.
Yes.
Okay, they were Jewish. So it's funny how they want to be king of they want to be king of controlling what people have to say. You can't say anything about what they're doing on this earth, but it's okay for them to portray themselves in blackface and all kinds of crazy stuff. So when you look up the history of that, you're gonna see most of those people that are in there are Ashkenazim. So I sent you 2 links. Yeah, that's right, you girl, with the minstrel shows. I sent you 2 links. You can look at the video, and also you can look at the as an example, you can see the Wikipedia breakdown. Just go down and look at the person, where they're from, where they're born, and you're gonna see not only he's Ashkenazim, but you can see he's the king of minstrel shows, the king of it. So when you get a chance, check it out.
Thank you. I only got one link from you. I only see one sent to me.
I sent you 2 links. Well, let me see. Directly to you, Wikipedia.
Okay.
All right, let me do this. I'll just send it through your regular. I sent it in the
Yeah,
in the chat here, the Zoom chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the first video now, so we can see.
For many people, chasing after the ice cream truck after hearing its now famous jingle is a summer ritual. But would you believe that the song actually has some racist origins?
But when I first became aware of some sort of racist origin to the ice cream song, I just shook my head. I was just like, wow.
That's Devin L. Walker from The Uncle Devin Show. He's a music educator who has studied the racist origins of some of the most popular nursery rhymes today. He spoke with us about the problematic past of the ice cream truck songs and other children's songs that have more devious histories than we'd expect.
It comes out of Europe. And it was a song that actually spoke more about animals. It was a song called Turkey in the Straw.
But in 1916, vaudeville actor Harry C. Brown borrowed the melody and published a very different version.
And he changed the lyrics to "Nigga want a watermelon, ha ha ha."
Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, minstrel shows featured white actors in blackface who sang these kinds of racist songs and played racist caricatures of black people, something that persists to this day around the country and the world. But in minstrel shows, music was what normalized the offensive messaging.
Anything and everything to continually display the inferiority of Africans who were either slaves.
But if we talk against this, Mishpachah, it's hate speech. But they're allowed to do this stuff. You see what we talk about, Mishpachah?
It's their platform and they can do that.
Slaves at the time or becoming free.
But how did such a vulgar jingle become the theme song of the ice cream truck we know and love today? Well, according to NPR, minstrel songs were just common in the ice cream parlors. Quote, after World War II, the advent of the automobile and the ensuing sprawl required parlors to devise a way to take their products to customers. Ice cream trucks were the solution, and a music box was installed in them as a way to announce their presence in neighborhoods. Which is why almost 200 years later, the pleasant, upbeat ice cream truck song is no longer closely associated with its dark and not-so-sweet origins. And this is far from the only racist song to come out of this era that sounds much different than what we know today.
But Zippity Doodah, Zippity Day is a minstrel song. Over the years, they've changed the lyrics. I know the 1945 Walt Disney Music Company, the first two refrains is Zippity Doodah, Zippity Day.
My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
It is about, like I say, Uncle Remus, who was a slave.
And even Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo has questionable origins.
But used to use black children as bait to catch alligators. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, I believe, is connected to that in the fact that it was a song about catching slaves as they ran away. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, catch a nigga by his toe.
If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
And there are many, many more. Devin's goal is to create new songs for black children that teach and inspire without having a problematic history behind it, notably through his radio station, We Nation Radio.
The thing is trying to educate our community about the importance that this music plays. And that's the hardest thing, because I don't care what genre of music you listen to, there is very little music dedicated to children.
But I love to eat them in my salad or in some of my favorite foods.
So if there's one thing we can all scream for, it's ice cream. But I think we can do without the song. I'm Jacques Morel with Genius News, bringing you the meaning.
All right, so that's that one. I got two more things.
That dude sounds a little too soft.
Yeah.
That'll be hate speech too, right?
Yeah. Let's see what this one is here. Okay.
Mammy, the sunshine beats, the sunshine wet, but I know where the sun shines best. Mammy, Mammy.
And this was a Grammy Award winning acting right here. You know, I'm sure he get all the accolades and everything to perform and to. Huh?
It's a real good song.
It's a real good song, Keith.
Mammy.
Yeah, it's called Mammy.
My heartstrings are tangled around Alabama. I'm a-coming. Sorry, I made you wait. I'm coming. I hope and trust I'm not late. Mammy,
She's crying, see?
Mammy, I'd walk a million miles for one of your smiles. My Mammy, ah, Mammy.
Now, to hate such a people, why imitate them? That's just the mockery and the sheer wickedness of these people. That for years, even to this day, they still continue to do. And this is a lot of the people behind of it right here. Al Jolson.
And that guy.
Yiddish.
I was just looking him up. It's funny, these guys, I mean, the Nina, the Santa Maria, and the Pinto,
Yep.
these guys are the description of problems, and we just got to leave them alone, man.
Says he was one of the United States' most famous and what? Highest paid stars.
In the 20s.
To do what? Imitate and to make mockery. That's Deuteronomy 28 all day, Mishpachah. Okay? You shall be an astonishment
World's greatest
and a
entertainment.
byword. And that's what these people do. So the 2939 people that are here, you speak against them, they're going to come against you and say that you have hate speech. So Mishpachah, I was just trying to unmask a little bit of these deceptive tactics that these people use, how they twist things. But the Most High knows all, sees all, and we are the people of the book, and there is no getting around that. At the end of the day,
Vengeance is mine.
the Most High is going to come back and deal with all of those wicked heathens. Satan knows that. His time is very short, and we have the time that we have remaining, we have to serve the Most High in righteousness. Be those vessels of honor. Get your houses in order. Get your shalom life in order. Forget about all the other crazy stuff that's out there. In other words, be vigilant. Watch what's going on, but prepare while you're watching. Don't think that you have time to play. Because what Kiefer always says, 5 are wise and what?
5 were foolish.
That's Kiefer's favorite verse if y'all didn't know. Okay.
I'm telling you, you don't understand.
So thank everyone for coming out tonight and listening and taking part in the chat. Thank you, Rabbi, Elder, and everyone. Thank you, Kiefer.
Thank you. Shalom to everyone.
Elder,
Stay blessed,
Yes,
stay
sir.
prayed up.
I'll have you close out in prayer.
All praises to the Most High. All praises, all praises. Let us pray, family. Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for your words. Your word is true. There is no other things that we can depend on but your word. Your word is life. And this is how you tell us to live. And the truth will set us free. Make us free. Hallelujah. They say set them free, but it's going to make us free. Oh, Father, we thank you for our teacher tonight, Brother Oshe. We thank you for Brother Yona that participate and always there. Father, I pray that thou may bless Brother Yona likewise. Give him the strength and the courage that he may continue the work that you have put him to do. Bless Brother Oshe as he bring the word tonight. Bless Brother Kifa as he read. Bless each and every one of us that participate tonight. Remember those that have lost their loved ones. Remember those that are sick. We pray, Father, that thou may comfort your children here, there, and everywhere. Help us to have a good night rest. Because we thank you, we praise you. Because we ask it through your Son, Yeshua, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And the words of our mouth, meditation of our hearts, be acceptable in your sight, O Abaya, who is our strength and our Redeemer.
Now notice we says, let the words of our mouth, okay? Those words are considered hate speech to the other nations.
Amen.
So I says, shalom and good night to all. Love you all.
Tsunami and left sickness, danger valley. Quick to transgress, playing with fire, contigually. The retinal scans as time advance, so that's technology. Where they stop, only one knows the Almighty. Some serial killers come from the woman laboratory. Eugenics project side effect, torment the baby. Medicinal bag of chips with free, big greedy dummy. Marionette the money power hungry. Already, insanity tail a customizing species. First the other interfere where they should not be. Backfire, sit down patients in a them lobby. There's repercussion to just think acts of iniquity. In your cup of indignation, there's no pity. There's no remorse and no way out and no sympathy. Continue to run your mouth and how you gon' see. Safety-wise, money-wise, you itching to be destructive. Never have nothing good to give. Blatant with your negative. Wolf away, wolf loading. Wickedly inquisitive. My life is your prerogative. Don't need to be instructive. Don't try to tell me how to live. Their vision is so distorted. Their mission was interrupted. Curtain coming down on them. You don't get your moment of fame. Things they call an act of God, merely an act of man trying to be God. Who set up that anti-life of illusion and invited the whole world to them yard. Subliminal messages intruding so rude when invading the thoughts. Them one go silence the lamb, but the lamb protected by lion. Things they call an act of God, merely an act of man trying to be God. Who set up that anti-life of illusion and invited you